Hello guys, welcome to the Lisa Eve show. Oh, this is super bright today. Hang on. Let's fix this. I know how to do it. Honest. Much better. Welcome to the Lisa Eve show. I am Lisa Eve. How is everyone? Oh. Okay, guys. This is how we're going to start it, God? Okay. So I got some Kidam grape juice, and this is because I have started taking communion every day. So, yeah, that's what that is. Is this the right way? How are you guys? Let me know in the comments. You guys can see I actually managed to put a little bit of effort in today, which means that I managed to get up and not have to take up too much of my time doing other things today. Yay! Go me. Go me. I'm super proud of myself today. So you know what? I'm going to celebrate myself. This is, okay, God's doing a new thing. God is having me celebrate myself. Okay, God, I see you doing a new thing in me. Go me, 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 go me. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Go me, go me, go me, go me. Okay, okay. All right, I'm done with that. So today, darlings, I slept with 3 books last night. Really, technically, I slept with 2 books. Sorry, guys. I have eyelash glue on my nails, and it's really hard to get off. I just put my eyelashes on this morning, and I hate it when I get the glue on my nails because it just doesn't come off very easily at all off my nails. See? See? Okay, so I slept with 3 books last night. 2 on purpose, and 1 was an accident. This is not on purpose, I swear. But this is one of the books I slept with. This is my Radiant Virtues Bible, which I've shared with you guys before. Can't get a good angle. Okay, well, this is my Bible. You guys can't see that very well at all, can you? It's the New International Version. That's the Bible that I prefer as someone who's, you know what, I'm not going to say that. I used to study the Bible when I was a kid. I was a very apt student. I was a wonderful student. I was always the one who was always raising my hand to answer the questions. Like, I was into it. I was deeply, deeply into it as a child. But I am going to start studying Ezekiel. Let me show you what this Bible looks like. It's beautiful. And I did not choose this for its beauty. Well, the reason I chose this is actually quite practical. This is what it looks like. This is what the book of Ezekiel looks like. I'm sorry, guys. The light is very bright today, so it's like really blocking. The reason I chose this particular Bible is because I was looking for Zoom. I was looking for one. Let me turn this down a little. I was looking for a Bible that would help me with my ADHD tendencies with reading. So I can't look at a wall of text and take in that content, or at least I don't know what God's doing in my life in this moment, so at least that's how it used to be. So I was looking for a Bible that would break up some of the text in ways that would be interesting and appealing to my eyes and my brain. And I would say that this book does that. So I just showed you Ezekiel, but let me show you what I mean. Oh, that's not it. Okay, I'm looking for Jeremiah. A moment. Again, I didn't know this is what we would be doing, but I never know what we're going to be doing because God, right? Okay, let's see here. looking for Jeremiah. $734. And it was 29. $11. Okay, right here. This is Jeremiah. See how it's got like this decoration here, and then they highlighted this, which is actually what it came for. They highlighted it on their own, and there's like space for writing. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Okay, so Jeremiah 29:11 reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." And when I was really struggling in life and I was still in my marriage and I had nothing left to give at all. I felt so low and just like there was like no hope for me. That's how I felt. I went to this store, which was a Christian store, and they had these rocks with little sayings on them. And I saw this one that said, "For I know the plans I have for you." And I bought that rock and I carried it around with me everywhere that I went. And I wasn't about God then, but I I just really needed that rock in my life, and now I'm starting to see those plans that God has for me. This doing this live every morning is a part of those plans that God has for me. So I want to say that to say that if you're in a low place in your life right now and there is like some sort of piece of hope within you, right? Because we're told we only need the hope of a mustard seed, like the tiniest bit of hope. Hold on to that hope, because while I am not in this place of like feeling like, no, I actually do feel that. I do feel like I've made it. I don't feel like I've made it in terms of like financial prosperity or wealth, but I feel like spiritually and physically, like in terms of like my children and like completing this huge part of like the mission that I came here to do, like I made it. I made it. I made it. I made it. I did it. I didn't die. I did not die. I did not succumb. I did not perish. There were so many times I didn't know I was going to make it, okay? There were so many times I thought I was going to be done for. There were so many times that I thought I was even going to be killed. There were so many times I thought, this is it. This is the end of the line. There were so many times that I thought I was so low in such a deep hole that I was not going to make it, whatever make it means, whether that is having, such a huge electric bill that, it's going to get turned off forever, right? And with no way of turning it back on, or whether it was like a diagnosis of some sort, or, the death of someone, like whatever that is. There were so many times that I thought, this is it for me. This is it. This is the end. It's done. It's all over. Close of the curtain, basically. But no, I'm still here. There were things that I thought would surely break me. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I am still here. almost no one knows that I have a nose ring right here. It's right here. It's the tiniest little thing. I wanted it to be tiny. I didn't want it to. I used to have one that was hang on. There we go. Okay. I used to have one that was it was really gaudy. Like they start you off with one that looks like a bull ring, kind of like this. That was not for me. I like this super tiny one that almost no one knows is there. Okay, let's get back on track. So I made it. Like that big part of my purpose, my mission to essentially survive. I survived. I am divorced. I'm in a safe home. My kids are safe. My kids are happy. Like we have food. We have what we need. And even in terms of relationships, like I have a support system that I don't tap into, but it exists. It doesn't exist in the way of like, helping me pay my bills or watch my kids or anything like that. But if I need an ear, there are people that I can call and reach out to who will listen to me. And that's important. That's important. I didn't have that before. Not in the way that I do now. No. There's different levels, right? Like if I want to talk about God, there's someone I can call to talk about God. If I want to talk about spirituality and God, I have someone I can talk. Like if I want to talk about heaven, I have someone I can talk about those things with. If I just want an ear, right? Maybe I want to vent. I have that person in my life, like I do. And in terms of love, God told me who my husband is. And God told my husband who I am. So there used to be this big mystery, and that mystery no longer exists. That mystery is no longer a thing. Me, in terms of myself, like, oh my God, I've grown leaps and bounds. My entire everything has shifted dramatically over time. I'm unrecognizable to myself, this version of myself, and I'm consistently becoming more. And in fact, on the topic of becoming more, I am going to do Becoming Lisa Eve version 2 because I did gain a lot in this season. We can call it a season. During the season of Becoming Lisa Eve, I learned so much and I grew so much. My paper's over there, but I don't want to do that thing where I like get up thousands of times. It's disruptive. I learned so much, but like I feel like going into season 2 for like a round 2 of Becoming Lisa Eve, I feel so much growth in there. Oh my God, it feels so expansive and so exciting, and it's gonna be beautiful. I think it's gonna be life-changing. Oh God, God is giving me some feelings of what I'm gonna feel, and like it just feels so beautiful and like a dream come true. So I'm gonna rewrite my papers. I'm gonna rewrite everything. I'm gonna because I've gotten so much clarity around so much. Woo. So much clarity. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. So much clarity. So much clarity. I could technically start that with you guys here, but I'm just gonna let God keep taking me wherever I'm going. Okay. I was thinking I want to start doing things with you guys that are not just these lives. But I don't want to interrupt the flow of this channel either. So I don't know what to... I guess I could start a vlog channel. People do that. This is very straightforward, right? But maybe I could put like extra stuff on like a vlog channel. Oh God, I don't like making new YouTube channels. I don't like it. But this should be literally strictly the Lisa Eve show. That's my perspective. So I don't want to start another YouTube channel. This would be my second one. I actually have more than that, but like they're not in use, I'm gonna give that some thought. I'm gonna ask God, do I start a second YouTube channel? Because I want to do things where like I'm writing with you guys, and like even like I thought like I could start rewriting Lisa Eve with you guys, and then you can follow along with me and do your own. I just want to really make you guys, like I want to invite you guys to more of my journey, because it feels like God is really going to put emphasis on my journey, and I surrender. God. God, I still pray that I am immediately obedient to you, God. That is still my intention and my desire. Okay, so as I was saying, the plans that I have for you. And back then oh no, that's when I made it. I made it. I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't succumb. I didn't fail. I didn't fall. I made it. I made it. I made it. God, I didn't let you down. And I didn't let myself down. And I didn't let my kids down. I made it. And so now that means I get to move into that next phase. I like to call it phase 2. Well, this means like maybe 2.1 or something like that. I made it. I didn't die. I didn't die through neglect, child abuse, sexual abuse. I didn't die through physical abuse. I didn't die through being literally neglected, abandoned. I didn't die through foster care and all the abuses I suffered through foster care. I did not die through being adopted. I didn't die through my abusive marriage. And I didn't die from being alone. Ooh, that's the one right there. I didn't die through being alone. Oh my God, I didn't die through being a mother with children. See, I'm no longer going to call myself a single mother, and the reason is because it is a masculine energy. The term single mother is inherently a masculine energy. Not inherently, in fact, I would say the opposite. It's not inherently masculine, but people push masculine energy on it because everyone knows if there is no man in the house, the woman is going to have to do the masculine tasks and step into masculine energy. So, I am a mother with children, and I'm not single, and I'm not alone because God has already chosen my husband. And God told my husband before God told me. God told my husband who I was before God told me who he was. And therefore, I am not alone. We're just currently physically separate. I'm just asking God. I've been asking God to show me how he sees me, how he sees my marriage, my upcoming marriage, my relationship, all of those things. And God has given me that we are not separate. Physically, yes. But don't use that language. God is showing me not to use that language anymore. Because if it is done in the spirit, next, it is done on the earth. And so, in the spiritual, I am not a single mother. I am a mother with children. Well, in the spiritual, my children have a father and I have a husband. But in this earthly plane, in the earthly realm, I am a mother with children. And that's it. I am a mother with children. I am a mother with children, which means that I get to be in my feminine role. I get to be in my state of receiving, which is something that I've been praying to God about just today. God, help me to step into my rightful role before I let this world teach me and shape me of femininity, God. Show it to me, teach it to me. Because I've been in the wilderness for so long, God. Deliver me from the wilderness. And I'm going to also include masculine energy into that wilderness. Like, God, deliver me from the masculine energy that I have gathered and chosen from being in the wilderness. God, deliver me from that. God, deliver me. So back on track. I made it. I made it. I made it. I didn't die. And I have a feeling you made it too. If you're watching this or if you're on your way, don't give up. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. That's where I'm at. I am now seeking God with all of my heart, with every part of my being. I am seeking God. There's no other way for me. This is what I came here to do. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back from captivity. Yes, Father, I have been held captive by the wilderness and by this role of single mother, by the role of poverty, by the role of low income, by the role of poor, by the role of orphan, by the role of foster child, by the role of being Black, by the role of being a woman, by the role of being a Black woman, by the role of being my ex's wife, by the role of human, by the role of being the daughter of my mother, by the role of being the daughter of my adopted mother, by the role of being the daughter of my father, by the role of being my adopted father's daughter. The one that hurt the most is the role of my father, because my father pretended that I didn't exist. And so he never sought me out, even though he knew I existed. People told my father that I existed, but he did not seek me out. And he never sought me out. Never. Never. One of his own children found out that I existed and sought me out. So I was a secret to be kept hidden away forever, because my father never looked for me, even after I was an adult. I will gather you from all the nations and places where I have banished you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back to the place from which I carried you into exile. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. That's for you. So that is the first book that I slept with last night. The second book that I slept with is The Complete Conversations with God book by Neale Donald Walsch. I slept with this book last night. And you know what? God gave me more information about humility. Neale Donald Walsch is a man with humility. This man has made millions of dollars. His books are one of the most widely read books in the whole wide world, Bible not included. And this man is so humble. So humble. It's jarring how humble this man is. The humility and the access that he gives people to him is awe-inspiring. I am honestly humbled by his humility. This is a wonderful example, God, for you to show me. And God, I have much more clarity around why this humbleness is required within me to do the work that you've called me to do. So there are three things that I know I need to be fully aligned with my purpose. One is to be humble and full of humility. Two is to be fully, completely seated in my feminine energy, grounded in my feminine energy. Three is to have childlike wonder. And I'm working on all three of these. All of them. I feel like humility is probably the one that I struggle with the most in a way that I can't grasp and conceptualize. Femininity is the one where I see the most progress. And three, childlike wonder is the one that I feel like my hands are the most tied in, because when I'm working, even for starters, work is like begging me to be in my masculine energy. So I feel like I have to work really hard to be in my feminine role while doing the super masculine tasks. Like, I look for every possible opportunity to be super feminine while doing this masculine work. That's for somebody. So when I'm talking to customers, I am choosing to be in my most loving, bright, happy, joyful role. And when I talk to men whom I can feel the masculine energy in, I absolutely choose to sit more planted in my feminine and allow that conversation to be led by that man that I'm having that conversation with. And I love when I get a masculine man to talk to, because I love getting to sit and let him lead that conversation. It's like a break. It's like, oh, thank you for this break. Because, well, since people are calling me, I have to be like the leader, and so it's kind of hard. That was for somebody, and I also go out of my way to communicate with the men that I work with in ways that are from my feminine role. And something that I got today, that God delivered to me today, is that a woman's job is to receive. Oh, gosh. And I didn't know that. I did not know that because this reality from my perspective, from my vantage point, from my upbringing, did not teach that. I was taught survival, and survival is a masculine energy on its own, because to survive you have to do what you have to do, right? Like you have to do whatever it takes. And I have literally spent my entire life surviving. From the moment I was born, I was surviving because I did not have good care. I did not have what I needed. I was left alone as a toddler to fend for myself in my home, outside. Like I was free. If you see those little 3-year-olds on TV who are like out roaming the streets doing whatever they wanted, that was me. I literally didn't have anyone to feed me. I don't even know how I survived. And that's a different topic, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Whatever. That's a different conversation. We're not gonna have that conversation today. But and this is for some other people who are watching me right now. To those of you who are spiritual and kind of confused as to why you're here on my channel, the reason that those of you who are spiritual are on my channel while I'm talking about God is because I come from a spiritual background. I, in my youth, learned about God. I was reading my Bible. I was one of those kids who read the Bible every night before bed. I loved Bible study. When the older kids in this foster home were like, it was Bible study time and they were like rolling their eyes, I was like, yes, oh my God, yes, 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 yes. And we would have these books that we had to study and read and answer questions. I was like, and when it was like time to answer the questions and I, look at the older kids and they're just like, and I'm like, I know the answer. Every question. I read. I did it. That was me, okay? That was me. That was me, okay, as a kid. And when we went to church and the pastor would ask a question, and like the adults weren't even raising their hand, like, excuse me? I know the answer because I read. Pick me because I read, I know the answer. God, I know the answer, preacher, reverend. I read. Pick me. That was me. I loved learning about God when I was a kid. I knew all the books. I used to study them. Okay, I don't know them anymore. I don't think I could even get very far. It's like Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Like that's what I've got. Okay. Oh yeah, here it is. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, First. Like I knew all of this when I was a kid, and I took joy, and I had pride. Okay, and then I became an adult, and I thought, oh, you know what? I don't think there is a God. Mm-mm. No, because the way that I've suffered, the things that I've been through, no, because I called out for God. I did, and at the time, I was under the impression that God had not answered or responded. That's how I felt. I felt that way. Looking back now, I realized that God did answer my prayers, the big ones. And so when I was like 18, I started learning about spirituality. And I went as deep as you could go without going into things like Scientology. I went as far as you can go. without going into Scientology, which means that I know a lot of spiritual practices. I know techniques. I know how to clear energy. I know about the chakra system, and I'm a little sketchy on the chakras. I'm not sure I believe in chakras. I kind of I don't want to talk about that right now. That's a different conversation, which we may never have. But I know about the different planes and realms and different healing modalities, and I know about Reiki, and I just trust me, okay? I have lived spirituality for, since I was at least, let's give myself to the 20 to 40, 20 to 40, for 20 years. I've been studying spirituality, okay? So I have a lot of knowledge about spirituality inside of my head, and I've practiced a lot of it, okay? And I have worked with people, I've helped people with their lives using spirituality, okay? So, if you are a spiritual person and you're wondering why you're on me, why you're resonating with me, well, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to me. Welcome to my energy. I have raised my consciousness level. I have been healing myself through spirituality. And what I'm now learning is that through God, I could have skipped probably everything that I did, everything that I learned. I could have gone straight to God. But spirituality helped me to clear my way to God. If you are stepping into the spirituality path and you're interested in maybe a shortcut, you can go straight to God. That's for somebody. That's for somebody. That's for somebody. That's for somebody. There were a lot of women whom I looked up to in the spiritual path who went to God after learning these deeply spiritual principles. And I didn't judge them, but I was always curious about it. I was like, interesting. Now I get it. It's like, and this is not for everybody, but for some people who are watching this, you get to a certain level of spirituality, and it's like you go back to where you started from. It's like you go so high that God is there. It's like you go so high that you find God, which is probably where you started. Full circle. Ooh, my computer battery? No. Well, that'll just make me be quiet, won't it? Oh, this isn't gonna last long. Guys, I don't know where my computer battery is, and this is not, my computer's gonna die. Okay, so with that, we're done for today. I was having so much fun. Okay, God, please give us the eyes and ears to see heaven, God. Give us new eyes, new ears, God. Show us the way you see us. I love you guys, and I'm so sorry. See you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard.